Everybody, welcome to the Whiskey No Podcast, episode 2.
Episode 2.
This one is a special one because it is our St. Paddy's Day special.
Up a Paddy's.
Up a Paddy's. We love the Paddy's. And as such, we also love our Irish whiskey.
Yeah, we do.
And we've got a few of them here. And we've decided we're going to have a wee test. Because these are some of our favourite Irish whiskies.
Yes.
And we're going to have a wee bit of a... You've got yours, you've got mine, and then we've got a wee third one thrown in there. But we're not going to say what it is just yet. You'll find out soon.
And we'll not tell whose is which favourite.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Happening live, everybody. We hadn't planned for that. He threw that in as a curveball.
Spoiler alert.
That's a good idea.
Which is which?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
In fairness, because it genuinely, we haven't set them up in any kind of order either.
No, we really haven't. We really haven't.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Because at first, like, producer Holly set these on the table. We had nothing to do with it.
Hi, producer Holly.
Hi, producer Holly. Hi. She's waving in the background. She's just got an empty glass waiting for us to shut up talking and be like, can I have some, please? Let's see.
There might be enough rest there for her, like, but it's not.
No, well, listen, I said this is St. Paddy's Day. Got word green on St. Paddy's Day. He's double green it. He's got the wee hat and everything.
I've even got green shoes on too. I'm on the triple green.
I don't.
Like triple distilled.
Hold on. No, they're orange.
No. You got the green and orange.
Green and orange,
I'll do. You got the trick colour.
No, so again, I think we just get straight into the whiskey.
Yeah.
Because we need to figure out. I have stories about my whiskey and stuff like that. So rather than make everyone guess, I want to tell the story of mine as well. So let's get into it. Producer Holly, pick 1, 2, or 3.
3.
Right, so we're starting with Green Spot then.
Oh, I didn't know they were even numbered.
No, I just made that up.
Oh.
So take those off. I'll fire this up.
We're going for the green spot.
So, Green Spot, for anyone who doesn't... I should check to see if I had any Green Spot.
Hang on, that matches the red breast.
That matches the red breast.
You can tell we're whiskey drinkers.
We do like it. I think that's an important thing to say. So when we buy whiskey, we don't buy whiskey to like sort of leave it sitting there on the shelf. We do drink that. We do drink it, and we meet up, and have poker nights and stuff like that, and we do enjoy a good old whiskey. This one here,
responsibility people.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Green Spot, it comes from Midleton Distillery down in I'm going to say East Cork because it does go in that direction, but it's down in Cork. Midleton Distillery is probably the biggest sort of export. It's where Jameson. That's, if anyone doesn't know, Jameson is from Midleton. Probably the most famous Irish whiskey there is.
Yeah, I would say that probably be the biggest selling Irish whiskey there is. Yeah.
Probably next to Bushmills. I wouldn't know where that. I wouldn't know where that sits.
Basically on the US market, number 2 is Tullamore Dew.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not even going to mention number 3.
Well, that would make me angry.
No, it will make me angry.
Okay.
And we've disowned the person as an Irishman. So yeah,
okay, right. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah. We'll not mention that.
So down in Midleton, you have Midleton by itself, so it has its own whiskey. You have Green Spot, you have Jameson, you have Powers, you have Method Madness, Redbreast, and there's one more. Oh my god! And it was when we were down there this year. I didn't realize it. Oh my! I'm gonna have to. I'll look it up because there is another whiskey that comes from Midleton and I can't remember the name of it. And I feel terrible for it now, but it's one I've never tried before, and I didn't realize it was a Midleton whiskey.
So I actually never knew Powers came from Midleton.
And that's another episode because Powers is lovely.
Powers is lovely, and I'd done the Midleton tour, and I still didn't remember that Powers was in it. All right, well, clearly wasn't listening to that distillery tour.
Anyway, so we'll start with Green Spot. I said it comes from Midleton. It started by a guy, Robert Mitchell. And basically what he did was he started as a confectioner and a baker in Dublin. So Green Spot, sorry, I'm just being told to stop hitting the table because they're making loads of noise.
Get out of the frame.
So, no, Green Spot did originate in Dublin, but then again, so did Jameson.
Yeah.
And that is essentially what Green Spot is. Green Spot is Jameson that has been bought from Jameson.
Okay.
And it's then recast and to get different flavors. So one of the things that Robert Mitchell was really famous for was he would have brought imported barrels from France. So you're talking wine barrels, you're talking casks. Sherry, you're talking anything like that. Port as well.
Oh, they like port.
But I'd say probably the most famous barrel that would be used for these kind of things would probably be the sherry casks.
Love sherry.
So what he did was to identify now, and this is where I got confused, because all the spot whiskies are single pot. So I always thought that's what it stood for, single pot spot.
Oh.
But it's not. And again, if you see on the top of this here, you have the wee green spot.
Yes, on the top of the
You have
bottle.
the wee green spot. That camera there, see the wee green
camera.
spot, hence the name.
So they do also have numerous spots.
Yes, and the reason for that is back in the day when they were doing it, when they were rebarreling them, the spot was just to basically determine how long it had been in the cask.
There you go.
So you got your blue spot, which was 7 years, your green spot, which is 10, your yellow spot, which is 12, and your red spot, which is 15. Now they've come out with a few new ones since, but they were the 4 main ones at the time that they were bringing out. So green spot seems to be the most popular because it's 10 year, and again, it's just a really nice sherry finish.
There is different variations of the green spot as well now.
There is, and that's where it starts coming into the wine casks. So
The Madeira and stuff.
Yeah, so there's one with a white wine cask, there's one with a red wine cask. I have both of them. And we can, we'll try them another day.
Yeah.
But, anything from Midleton, I always think
oh
is...
no.
Yeah. Oh no,
How-
that's terrible.
oh,
Sorry.
no.
I'm going to put my hands behind because she just keeps shooting me daggers because I'm like, stop touching the table. It's not my fault. We get a boom mic or something. We get boom mics.
Boom mix.
Yeah.
Cover that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that means we can
Okay.
sit way back here and then I'm not touching anything.
I'm not holding a boom.
No, the boom arms, you touch them to the table. Anyway,
Producer Holly be the boom holder.
so that's where I always got confused. I always thought spot stood for single pot. It's not. It's just they were marked with a spot of paint.
Oh.
Easy, simple explanation to them all. But again, I love this whiskey. I love anything that comes
Spoiler
from
alert.
No. It's no. You've spoiled it now because I was just about to turn around and say
I
this
love
is
it
my
too.
whiskey. I
No.
love this.
I love it too. It's a good whiskey.
As you can see, we like this whiskey very much because we drink quite a lot of it. So again, because it comes from Jameson, it is triple distilled, which gives it that lovely, really refined taste to it.
Yep.
But I'm going to open this up because it's just gorgeous. And this, unlike the one last week, which was Jack Daniels, this has a cork. So let's see if we can get the pop.
Let's hear it.
Oh, that was special. Thank you very much.
I'm a little turned on right now.
Oh, we sniff that there before we pour it. That smells good.
That's good.
Now I'm going to try and do what you did last week, but we're trying to do it with one hand. But see, I'm a lefty, so
We're both lefties.
no. Oh look!
Oh, he's got it.
Here, I'll pour one.
Show
for
the
you
love.
too.
Show the love.
Sure love. Oh, look at that.
Charlotte by Charlotte.
There we go. Now
Producer Holly.
you can have
Just that arm is owned by Producer Holly wanting some
There you go.
lovely green spot.
right. Let's get. I'm still spilling stuff.
Oh.
That's the Angel Share. I think every episode we're going to have Angel Share.
Angel Share.
If I'm pouring it, there's going to be Angel Share.
I'll have to take Finn back. Finn's maybe coaster. Anyone doesn't know.
See, I feel sacrilegious because mine is Guinness.
Oh, you're using it.
But I do love Guinness, so that's okay. But so
We're not just whiskey drinkers. Like we do like that.
So this is a single pot, and when you smell it, if you compare this to the Jack Daniels we tried or we smelled 2 weeks ago,
Ooh,
that's very
Sweet.
very sweet. Which again, I have to say has to be because of the sherry cask. But it's not as overpowering. With there's a bit more fruitiness to that smell rather than like sugar and caramel kind of thing.
yeah,
It's definitely like a
like
lighter.
a candy apple. I'm getting out of it.
Ooh, candy apple.
Candy apple. Like,
Green, like the color of the green spot.
yeah, Granny Smith candy apple.
See, I like a good red apple, so
That is good. I mean, you're gonna have to get a red spot in.
yeah. That's 15
Yep.
euro.
Bring out the credit card. Sorry, Holly, you can turn away for that one. Dave's first. Dave's in for the kill.
So this one has a bit more of a burn.
Okay.
But again, it's an older, so it's been sitting. It is a 10-year-old, whereas like I said, the bourbon was only 3 to 4 years. So this has sat and matured a lot longer. It's brought in a lot more of the taste and a lot more of the sort of, again, it's a sherry cask, so it's going to have a lot more.
Love a sherry.
Oh, we love sherries. You know what's really weird? I've never drank sherry.
Oh, that is. I've never drank sherry.
No.
Schmerry. Christmas, everybody. Yes, I've never drank sherry, but that is good. So there's a bit more of a burn off it. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a bit more of an ethanol taste.
Do you remember what I said with the Jack Daniels one where I only tasted it really at the tip of my tongue and didn't really? This one, I'm getting more towards the back of my mouth. Okay. I like the back of the tongue as well. So it's like all the flavors just sitting there. But it's lovely. I think that the flavor's sitting a bit longer. The burn goes away. Like as soon as you drank it, it just feels
it dissipates very quickly.
You get this lovely warm feeling, just like almost trickling through your body.
I used to do that when I didn't want to turn the heating on at night. Just drink whiskey. Just drink whiskey.
That's healthy.
Yeah, it's not, and it's more expensive than just to put the heating on. But I used to be like, yep, I'll just drink a bit of whiskey.
Look at the legs on that.
She got legs.
It's just running right down, but it's absolutely gorgeous.
That's a good whiskey. That's a very good whiskey.
But you can see it's a lighter color than the bourbon as well, and that's because again it's so anything. So again, for an Irish whiskey, it's 3 years, but they're in. Well, it depends. Green Spot can be done in new barrels as well. Again, because they're imported.
Yes. So all the Midleton Distillery imports the ex-bourbon casks.
That's it.
The used bourbon casks, I believe.
But in this case,
totally
it could be wine cask as well. It could be sherry. It could be it can be port. So that's why you're getting that wee bit more.
Is this finished in a sherry?
Yes.
Oh, so it's sitting in a bourbon cask and then finished with a sherry, do you think?
Yeah. Oh, actually, that's a good question. I don't know. I didn't write that one down.
Oh,
I need to keep talking in the microphone because I'm way too far back. What did I write down?
Oh. Read the back of the bottle.
Oh, does it say in the back of the bottle? Oh, good lad.
Oh, it says green apples. She's got it.
Does it?
It says green apple. Oh, my palate's getting better here.
You cheating?
Ooh.
I can't even say you're cheating because your notes are on your phone. You don't have your phone.
No, the phone's staring at me right now.
Does this say on the back what way it's done? Single pot spot, as I call it. Full spice body. Hint of cloves. I didn't get hint of cloves. I'm going to have to go back and have a listen or taste and see if I can get this hint of cloves that they're talking about. It's not saying what it's meant to be. Just a single pot still from Midleton Distillery. Where's the thing that normally says what it's done in?
We'll get back to you, folks.
I don't know. We'll put it in the comments. No, but again, it's just really, really smooth and it's absolutely gorgeous.
So you had a green spot story, I believe.
Yes. So green spot, and this, again, we were going to, you threw a curveball in there at the start because you were like, we're not going to tell anyone whose one is with. That got rid of like 3 pages of my book.
Then we'll bring the pages back.
So
for anyone listening, green spot's Dave's favorite.
Green spot's my favorite.
Sorry to ruin that bit.
And the reason is this is the whiskey that I first got introduced to. So I know the Jack Daniels story. That was the whiskey that really got me into drinking whiskey and moving all that kind of stuff. But it was because I was able to find a drink of my choice. This was the first whiskey that I saw that wasn't your run of the mill, like the famous ones, like your Bushmills, your Jameson. It was something that was a bit left field, a bit more obscure.
Okay.
And it was my dad. So he had a bottle of this sitting in the wardrobe, and he hid
that away, did he?
It was always, but it was the old bottle, right?
Oh.
And this is why I like talking about rebranding as well, because the rebranding of this is fantastic, but the old bottle just looked like a whiskey bottle, like a proper whiskey bottle. And again, if you actually go on and Google the old Green Spot bottle, you'll see what I mean. It's completely different, but so he'd kept it in. He had kept it in the wardrobe for ages, and I'd come across it and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And when I got to from my 18th birthday, we opened it up and we were drinking it, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And that's why I sort of went, okay, I can drink this. It was the same with my grandfather, my dad's dad. He would have been a whiskey drinker. Now Green Spot wouldn't have necessarily been his, but it's sort of, there's a bit of lineage to drinking whiskey. So I think it's
in your bones.
I think that's for everyone that sort of drinks whiskey. Anyone who is really intrigued into getting into whiskey and
Yeah.
start drinking, there's a story behind it.
Yes.
So
Every good whiskey comes with a good story.
yeah, and this one's story is particularly good because one day the bottle of Green Spot disappeared.
Oh.
And we went
Limbo.
looking for it. Me and my dad were like, where has this gone? Because we were wanting a wee dram and we were wanting a wee go, and we could not find it anywhere.
Oh, I think I know this.
And then, just out of curiosity, we asked my mum. And we says, have you seen the bottle of Green Spot? She's like, is that old bottle of whiskey that has just been sitting upstairs gathering dust for ages? I says, yeah. And she goes, oh yeah, I use that for cooking now.
No.
She had used the entire bottle.
All of it?
Gone.
In the cooking?
In the cooking.
What was she making?
I have no idea. But she's been like, you're
Were
talking
you not
maybe
steaming from dinner?
I don't know. You're talking over the period. Well, no, because it would burn off all the alcohol when you're cooking with it.
Yeah,
You're talking over maybe a year. Like that's how long it had been since we'd noticed that this bottle of whiskey had gone. Because again, it was kept in the order of special occasions. When we brought it out, if we were like both in the house and we're like, oh, we got a wee whiskey going here. She'd used it for. Sorry, that's my dog in the background in
Hey,
case
Charlie.
you can't hear.
Hey, Charlie.
His favorite whiskey is Green Spot too. Don't give your dogs whiskey.
Do not do that. It's bad for their health.
And
Drink responsibly, dogs. Drink responsibly, pets. Drink responsibly.
Maybe a Labrador.
Although you can't get like alcohol-free champagne for your dog. now,
Oh yeah,
apparently.
the Prosecco stuff.
Prosecco,
We are getting off
yes.
topic.
Sorry, off topic.
Yeah, so she had used the entire bottle. Gone
No way.
for cooking. And it was, to say my dad was distraught.
Yeah,
It was
that would be an
because
angry
it
story.
was the older bottle, and this brand in a bottle I think had come out at this point, so it was like a bottle that you just aren't. No, we still have the bottle, but it's just not the same.
It doesn't look the same, and you don't think it tastes the same. It's
No.
that placebo effect of a good bottle. Mm-hmm. You know, if it looks good, then it might taste good.
I've noticed that as well because there's a bottle of whiskey I have where the cork came off. I'm not going to say which one. I'm not going to point any fingers as to what happened.
Producer Holly.
Holly.
Sorry.
But it was a bottle of Millennium Malt,
Oh my god.
and the cork broke off, and I had to very quickly get it into it's like a the decanter I have sitting up there. It doesn't taste the same.
No, and that's what I'm going to get back onto. When you said your dad hid it into the cupboard, apparently you're meant to store the whiskey away in the box,
Yeah,
away from direct sunlight,
sitting upright.
sitting upright, away from direct sunlight, and apparently that keeps the whiskey good for you for as long as it's in the bottle. Because the more of the oxidization gets into the bottle, the less of the taste and notes and the aromas are going to be in it. Apparently so. This is what I read. I don't know. Well,
I'd believe that.
yeah. And also decanters all do the exact same thing because it doesn't have away from sunlight, and decanters are usually see-through and things like that. So as you see it there, it mightn't taste the same.
Yeah, and it's a really nice bottle of whiskey as
Yeah.
well. But do you know what? We'll open it one. We'll. I mean, I still drink it, and it still tastes amazing. So
Yeah.
until the day it doesn't, I'm not going to complain too much. But yeah, no. So what do you think?
Oh, that is good. That is a good whiskey. Very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It does have a bit of the ethanol burn, but it goes away very, very quickly. I'm getting a lot of fruit notes. I'm getting a lot of like I said, green apples, which I call, by the way. I'm quite
Yeah,
good.
no, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, the Granny Smith apple.
Maybe that's
That's why they call it the green apples. The green
apple,
spot.
green spot.
Nothing to do with. It's nothing to do with the paint and the casting.
No,
it's all about
or the fact
apples,
that it's a single pot. It's just it's all to do with the Granny Smith apples.
It's a great choice.
Yeah.
It is a great Midleton choice, and
I'll take it.
yeah, it's a great choice.
I'm going to finish this.
Yeah.
What do we reckon? Thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Producer
There we
Holly
go.
gets a thumbs up for it. Yeah.
Well done.
Slash no car.
She fell asleep on that one.
Producer Holly's getting this out.
Mm.
It's good whiskey.
Right. Well, then we threw your idea out the window. I liked it, but
Yeah, it went
We'll just-
away really quickly.
so I'm going to take this and put it away quickly before we decide to finish it off. We
Kill
might
the
end up
bottle.
finishing it off. I don't know.
Kill the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna kill the bottle.
Well, I mean,
Ooh, I'm getting that on my tongue still. That is nice.
that's what I'm saying. It's just still sitting there.
Yeah.
We might kill the bottle on the podcast. We don't know yet. It's a very nice one, but I'm going to set it down somewhere. Thank you. Now keep it closed. Thank you.
Don't ruin
right.
that
Well,
cork.
since we're ruined that that's my favorite. Let's go with now. I don't think this is true because I wouldn't say this is your favorite Irish whiskey. No. So do you want to go with your favorite Irish whiskey? Because
First?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then we'll do because I haven't. We tried. Go with your favorite one first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, because no. I know we'd discuss something different, but I'd say go with your favorite. Go with your gut.
So we are taking a trip far, far, far from Midleton into the depths of Midleton, funny enough, for Redbreast 12. Yay.
We were down in the Midleton Distillery and they had a special one of these because obviously the whole thing around it is the Redbreast, the Robin, and they were actually selling them inside a bird feeder.
Oh.
And the bird feeder was in the shape of a Redbreast bottle.
Was this when you went down very recently?
Yeah, no, it was September when you were down as well.
Oh,
but you weren't at the distillery that day. Oh, we're gonna have to finish this one as well. Oh no!
As you can tell, we are whiskey drinkers, and apologies.
But see, I love a whiskey that comes in a box.
Yes.
And it's not like a superficial thing, and it's not because if it's in a box it's more expensive. I just think it looks better, and quite frankly, when it comes to trying to put them onto a whiskey cabinet, it's easier to store straight boxes than to try and make all these bottle shapes fit.
Yes, I will get into that on my third. The next one. That's something that's really annoyed me. Yes.
I can see why it's annoying you. I get it.
It's now done your dad thing and stuck into the cupboard, but we'll get into that. So this is my favourite Irish whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
This is quite staying with the Jameson green bottle.
Single pot as well.
Single pot. It's
not spot.
Sorry. Single pot. It's pot still. Redbreast aged for 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking to a lot of whiskey people and a lot of people,
little doggies.
Little doggy.
He heard there was Redbreast on the table.
Says, that's my favourite. No, I didn't like a green spot. I want the Redbreast. So if you get speaking to a lot of people about whiskey, or you go to any bars or anything like that, it always seems to be the flagship.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere you go, anyone who wants to get into whiskey, for some reason, it's always end up Redbreast.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know yours was obviously the green spot and you had your own personal story to it, but anyone else, it's always the flagship for, getting into Irish whiskey.
Mm-hmm. So a good sort of middle of the road Irish whiskey as well, not having to come in and say, right, well, I'm done with the standard Jameson.
Yeah.
I want to elevate and go to something a wee bit more mid-tier, what I'm going to drink.
Yeah. So
and
a bottle that's not going to break the bank initially. So, yes, for me, it does have a little bit of a story to it.
Mm-hmm.
And let's pour it.
Now, are you going to get the same sort of that I got? The nice one?
Try it. Oh, lollipop, lollipop. Let down. I'll try that again because I hit the mic. Crickets. You can tell that's empty.
Go on. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Ooh.
See, that to me has very, very similar notes. This is the only reason why you wanted this job.
100%.
Yeah. There you go. Take out there. Sláinte. Enjoy that.
Oh, there's a tiny bit left.
Wee smudge.
Smidge.
Just wee smidgen. We could kill both them bottles tonight, will we?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, that's such a shame.
So
no, that's good.
On the nose.
That's it. It's still getting the same.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Maybe not as much legs as the green spot.
No,
not that I'm interested in legs, to be fair, but
yeah, I'm getting a good bit of legs on this one. So what on the nose? Because you're not that much in. Well, you do like a bit of Redbreast, but you're more of a green spot person. So I'm more interested in your opinion on this one.
See, I'm torn. I think I should have changed my glass to something cleaner.
Yeah, we should have washed the glasses out.
Yeah, because I think I still am getting a wee bit of green spot out of this. It is a bit darker.
Yes.
So
yeah,
it's not. It's
darker fruits like the plum.
Yeah. What cask is it? Do we know?
Oh.
Get the box.
Bourbon.
Get the box.
Bourbon cask.
Is it a bourbon?
I believe so. Yeah.
Which is probably why it's a bit darker.
Yeah.
It does have a wee bit slightly darker color as well.
Single pot still. Yeah.
Pot.
No, it's a pot still.
Yeah.
Pot. Oh, okay. Oh, it's made from malted and unmalted barley.
I couldn't.
Triple distilled.
I
in
couldn't
copper
tell the
pot
difference.
stills.
Again, I
Combination of bourbon, seasoned American oak barrels, and oloroso.
Go on, you butcher that.
I am
You
going
butcher that word. What is that word?
Something in Spanish, sherry. So it
Okay,
also
so it is sherry.
It also
So-
is finished in sherry.
Very similar.
I apologize for butchering that. If anyone wants to correct me on that, please do. Go on, Dave.
Oloroso.
Oloroso.
Oloroso. You gotta roll that tongue.
you gotta roll it.
Oloroso.
Oloroso.
So again, I would say they're
That's getting
probably
cut.
both very similar. This just seems to have a wee bit darker note to it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just where the oak comes from in Spain. I don't know. But
It's very sweet. It's very, very sweet. Hey, Charlie.
much different taste.
Yeah.
Very, very different. Not as much burn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's... I can see why that would be the next step up for someone who's wanting to maybe get into a wee bit more whiskey.
Yeah, more on an elevated level, yes.
It doesn't burn. It still has sweetness. It still has this lovely taste, lovely smell to it. What I will say is the taste isn't lingering too long.
Yeah,
It seems to dissipate quite quickly.
yeah, it does. I'll give it that. But
Maybe that's because of the burn in the green spot. I think when it comes to me, the reason why I like the green spot is because the taste lingers. I can sip at it more and maybe enjoy it over maybe a longer period of time rather than... I definitely wouldn't mix this.
No, and it doesn't go well with water, obviously. Well, it does go well with water, and whiskey is always best the way you prefer it.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it has to be neat for the Redbreast 12. Although I'm getting a lot of, like, you ever get the good shortbread at Christmas?
The good shortbread?
Good shortbread.
The old stag tin from M&S.
Yeah, like the good shortbread. Mama brings out the good shortbread and she saved it for Christmas. That's what it reminds me of. That's what it brings me back to.
No, see,
That
you're
is the
saying
stuff.
good shortbread, and all I'm imagining is the biscuit tin coming out and it being filled with sewn, like all the needles and threads and stuff
She
like
does
that.
do that too.
Spare batteries.
Sandy-
There's no such thing as shortbread in that tin.
Sandy does a bit of that too, so yeah.
I met Sandy the other day.
Oh yeah, so you did. Was she talking to you about knitting? Was she talking to you about knitting?
No, she was talking to me about Cork.
Oh yes, she's going to Cork. I'll get her to pick me up a bottle of Redbreast.
I still prefer the green spot. But again, it's only down to the fact that it just lingers a wee bit longer. I don't mind the burn of it purely because, and that's probably why it lingers a wee bit more. I'm sorry to say that is not any technical difficulties. That is my Labrador going in the background.
Should we let them in?
No, too many cables. It would go nuts.
Yeah.
They'd be too excited.
So producer Holly, you just see that empty glass right in front of us.
Did we give her any of that?
We give her. I think I gave her the lion's share of it.
Of the Redbreast?
Yeah.
I didn't. Well, thumbs up, thumbs down. Oh, thumb up. No, don't push the button. Don't push that button. No, I really do. I like it. It's the reason why I'm sort of holding back on it, and again, it sort of comes to because I've tasted the 21 year.
Yeah.
And
yeah, okay.
In my head, I'm comparing it to the 21 year, which is
That's
gorgeous.
on a different level.
Yeah,
That's on a
it's
different
really,
level.
really good.
That's a good tipple.
Like,
Although they do a 27.
I know.
Oh my god! But that's real credit card material.
Yeah,
That's
that's when
remortgage
you're going
material.
down and the bartender goes, "Oh no, that's 50 quid a short," and he puts it back and you're like,
Yeah.
"Where are you going? Bring it back."
Bring it back. So there is a little bit of a story to my Redbreast.
Right, come on.
The reason why I enjoy whiskies, for some reason, is always a random story, and it's always when I'm out somewhere. So I was in a hotel in County Leitrim, I believe. Leitrim. I can't remember the name of the hotel. And we were at the bar in Leitrim, and there was this bottle of Redbreast. I wasn't into whiskey that much. I heard a little bit about Redbreast. I heard a little bit about Green Spot. I was in that Jack Daniels Gentleman Jack phase. I actually had a bottle of Gentleman Jack in my hotel room at that point. No joke. And went to the bar, and all the electricity went out. People couldn't get into the rooms. Oh, you told me
this story, yeah.
People couldn't get into the rooms. And the bartender was sitting there and he goes, listen, guys, apologies. The key cards are down. People can't get into the room. So we'll do a little bit of a couple of free drinks if you want. Just to, there's about 4 people at the bar.
So you went top shelf, please. Like you.
Yeah.
That one?
Yes. I just pointed and I heard Redbreast and I went, I'll have that one, please. And he actually turned around to me and says, listen, if the bottle's open, 100% I'll do it, no problem. And I went, well, give it a go. Get that stool out. Get it to the top shelf. And he popped the bottle open and he popped the case open and it was open. And I was like, it was heart-wrenching seeing that bottle going open, and it was like an eternity. It's like, please be open. This is free. This is free. This is a test.
It's just tempting you. He's like, you're not going to get this.
And he took the bottle out and the seal was cracked. And I went, hallelujah.
I'm getting some of this.
Oh, yes. Hallelujah. And he poured 2 shots of it. And from that, he actually kept pouring it and pouring it and pouring it all night, pretty much.
Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly, folks.
Don't go to that hotel. Whatever hotel you went to, it was giving out a free drink. That's bold. Don't do that.
And yeah, it started off at about 11 o'clock at night, and we stayed at the bar at 2 o'clock, and this bartender was an absolute hero, pouring us free Redbreast all night. And from then, I absolutely fell in love with it because it had that memory attached to it. And yeah, absolutely loved it. And it is great. It happens to be amazing too. And you have also finished yours. So.
Oh yes, yeah. You gotta hurry up.
Yeah, it's not.
I love this sort of stories that I think we have between me and you. Anyway, we have a lot of nice stories behind specific bottles of whiskey, and it's just through us being absolute idiots. Yeah, it like literally just if you even take like the time me and you just thought, come on, we'll go to Dublin.
Oh yeah.
We went down to Dublin and we sat in the Guinness storehouse for a while.
Oh yeah.
And then we thought, let's go for a wee dander. And then we ended up at Temple Bar Whiskey.
Oh.
And it was the Millennium Malt.
The Millennium Malt. That was the first Millennium Malt.
He did not want to give us that.
No, he didn't. He really didn't.
We were just like, see, it's behind. See that one there? Is that for sale? And he goes, I mean, it is and it isn't. And I went, well, what makes it isn't? He goes, it was very expensive. I went, we know. But we're very drunk and we have credit cards.
And there's a story behind the Millennium Malt too.
Yeah.
A big story. It means a lot to both of us. And that was one for the credit card. So that was when we both first actually tried the Bushmills Millennium Malt.
Yeah. Producer Holly, do you want to go and see if the doggies are okay and we'll continue?
Yeah. Maybe I need to go to the picture.
A few moments later.
We have now got doggies in the room. Yay!
Hiya.
There's Roxy. Hello.
Hello, Sharky.
There's a wee Roxy. I don't know where Charlie went, but we'll try to continue. She just wants cuddles, so that's fine.
Sorry, we're easily distracted when there's such cute puppies about.
Scratch them on the head. Right, crack out the next one. Because you brought this, and we tried this in Galway.
Yeah, we did, actually.
Because the guy on the bar recommended it. Because we were playing, we were being, again, really, really, really bold. So we were playing whiskey roulette. We're in Skeefs, whatever you call it, up in Galway Square, Skeefs. In the city square. You've got, it's got like a lovely whiskey bar in it. And there's, about 170 odd? Yeah. There's a lot of whiskey on it.
A lot of whiskey. Oh,
bless you.
Bless you, pup.
Chaos. And so we got the menu and we basically numbered everything 1 to 7, 172. And we got a random number generator.
Oh, yes.
And then we just went bang. And it was whatever number came up, you had to go up and buy whatever that whiskey was. And I believe it may not be this one in particular.
I think it was the copper pot we got instead.
Yeah. So do you want to grab this out and then we'll...
Yes.
Yeah. Go.
Lo and behold, it's sitting behind me.
I know. It's just so handy. So it was Rider's Tail. No, Rider's Tears. Why did I say Tail?
So we're actually taking a trip away from Midleton this one. For going to County Carlow and Walsh.
Carlow.
County Carlow.
And that one's near done too.
You can tell we drink our whiskey.
That was nice. European oak.
I'm not trying to say that. Oloroso sherry.
Oloroso. Sumptuous. Oh, look at that. That's just... Oh, no, it says Oloroso on it. Oloroso sherry. So again, we can probably expect this to be very similar.
I think it's matured more in the sherry, so you get a lot more of the sherry cast finish.
Okay.
And yeah, for me, I was in a bar in Letterkenny, and the bartender says, "Listen, try this. If you like a sherry, just give it a go." And it was phenomenal. And like I says, I think we tried it a little bit in Galway, but let's see if we get this pop.
Yeah, good. And just so, because this is St. Paddy's Day special, and she's wrecking the place.
Hey,
You all right?
I'm all good. I'm all good.
So this is St. Paddy's Day special. So we had green spot. This is red head. So this is, as Irish as you can blooming get.
For the gingers out there.
For the gingers out there.
That's why I brought it.
I'm one of them, but I wear hats, so you don't know. I'm getting the applause ready here for when you crack this bad boy open with a lovely...
Ready?
With a lovely...
But it's actually a good, wooden...
Yeah. Come on. Oh.
That was a bit of a letdown. I'll try that again. We'll wet her up.
Right, come on. Impress me here.
That don't impress me much.
Nah, you're not getting it.
The green spot definitely had the best one.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good ale. Now, I have my reason as to why it didn't pop, and I have a feeling it's a reason why you also don't
despise the bottle.
Yeah, despise the bottle.
So Walsh, if you're watching this, please
stop making them so goddamn tall.
Yeah.
Doesn't fit in the cabinet.
Does producer Holly want to tap on this one? What?
Producer Holly has to look after the doggies here. Hold on. Stronger smell.
Yes.
Way, a lot more on the nose here. Oh,
that was a good one. That was a good one.
I just sniffed the microphone. This has a much... that's a nicer smell. Definitely nicer.
We really should be washing these glasses.
I know, but do you know what? We're low production.
Oh. The scent of that is good.
Yeah.
The
it definitely hangs around a lot more.
See the dried fruits of that is really coming through.
Yeah.
Like a wee bowl of potpourri. Potpourri.
Lovely wee
It's like a bowl of potpourri. Oh, producer Hall's got the nose in. What are you thinking? Oh.
She's spicy.
She is
I
spicy.
like that. That's nice.
I like them.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to take that one.
Spicy.
That's a good old one right there. That to me has a mixture of the characteristics between both of those bottles.
Yeah. And it lingers a bit more.
Yeah. The taste is much stronger. You're going to get much more notes of the sherry cask in it.
Yes.
Maybe it's that Oloroso or Oloroso. Maybe the sumptuous expressions of Oloroso. Yeah, that's it. I'd be interested to see what the sherry cask is for the green spot. Where did I put that?
There is also a Listato in the corner. Don't have to bring out the Listato.
No,
it's another sherry.
That's another show, mate.
That's another show. So I do store my whiskies. So I used to store them in a cupboard. And obviously I've recently moved house, and I now have yourself. I store them in a Carlax unit. Yeah.
Got to have a unit, man.
Yeah, got to have it. Big Carlax unit in the living room, and I store the whiskies in the Carlax unit. And I store them Irish and Scotch at the moment. And this is in the cupboard in the kitchen.
In the kitchen because it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit.
God damn it.
It doesn't fit. And it is so annoying because it is one of the best ones.
It's a good whiskey.
It's a lovely whiskey.
But again, and we felt the same way about the one that we had down in Galway, because at that point, this is probably the only one. I'd never tried it before. You had that, but no, maybe I had. You'd maybe brought it to one of the poker nights before, but again,
I did bring it to the poker night before.
And
which I lost, by the way.
Yeah, you did in the river, but that's okay. I like this one. Oh, is it? it's going to put the green spot down a wee bit, but it's not. No, do you know what? It's not, because the green spot is still number one for me. It's still one of those ones where I can sit and I can take a good old sip of it and I can enjoy it. That's nice though.
It is a lovely whiskey.
I'd be interested in no difference in price as well, because if that's cheaper than the green spot, then it's...
Now, I have to say, I bought this maybe, I think it's reasonably priced, and it's priced around the same sort of market value of the Redbreast 12. I think it's around 50 to 60 pounds. Around that, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't bought it in a while, because I love this one and still drinking it. I think it's marketed around that, and I'm not 100% sure what the green spot is, because I do still have a bottle of the green spot.
I think the green spot's in around the same. It's that 50 to 60 range for the bog standard one. If you're going for any of the wine cask ones, it is up into maybe the 70, 75s.
Yeah.
But that's nice. It sings to me because it's redhead.
Yeah.
And I'm a redhead.
You're a redhead. If anyone wants to start getting into not just whiskey, but sherry cask finishes, anything that's specifically sherry, the likes of the redhead, Listau, anything like that, I think this is a great starter to get into.
I think we can turn around and say, if we read a bottle and it says Oloroso on the bottle, you're in for a good time. Because that's beautiful. That honestly, it's still sitting there. I don't have to, you can enjoy it. There isn't as much of a burn on this to the green spot. So I would say that you could go for this one before you go for green spot. Not that the burn adds anything, but it's just,
it's easier.
It's a wee bit easier to the palate.
Yeah, the palate. If anyone wants to make that step up into more luxurious whiskies, it's definitely a great starter. Redbreast 12, green spot, and the Writer's Tales Redhead. Now, this is a lot more difficult to get, I must admit. I had to shop around. And I mean properly shop around to get a bottle of this.
Do you know why though? It's because they can't put it on the shelf because it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit in the shelf. It's all
I
in the
bet you
back.
if you go into any sort of any sort of wine floor, whatever it is, if you go in there and say, "Do you have Writer's Tales?" Like, yeah, hold on a second, it's out in the back cabinet here.
I actually
doesn't fit.
Had to get this from a specialist shop, a specialist whiskey shop. IKEA.
Hold on a second, I get the pallet truck here to lift the bottle. It is a big bottle.
It is. It's very big.
I don't think there's any need for that to be that big.
Go on. I know producer Holly's down the set. Go on.
Don't even. Yeah. That's what she said. That sings loads for me.
It's a lovely whiskey. Lovely whiskey. Anyone who's out there and wants it on the palate, or wants to know what sort of things you get from it, it's a lot of spices, nutty, orange peel, that's the sort of thing you're getting off the palate alone. It's a good all around whiskey.
Yeah. all opinions are our own.
Opinions,
but we don't care because we're right sometimes.
Well, I'm mostly wrong.
Wrong a lot of the times, but we're right sometimes.
On occasion.
This is a good one.
That is good.
Yeah.
We're right about this. We
are right about this. And if you can say in the comments if you think we're wrong, and we'll just say we don't care.
So on the Walshes, now this is from Carlow, and on the Writer's Tales, there's a friend of mine that got me into Writer's Tales and says you have to try it, and wasn't a big fan of the copper pot.
Right. So is that the one we did? We had in Galway.
That was the one we did in Galway, and wasn't a massive fan of it, but that is phenomenal. That is just phenomenal.
That's a good one. Do you know what it kind of reminds me of one of the other ones we had in Galway? I'm not going to mention it, but it's purely on the difficultness of actually obtaining the bottle, which is the Irishman 17. Now, again,
fantastic.
At some point I will have a bottle of this, and we will bring it on.
Wasn't it?
No, that was just me and you, like 8 months ago.
No, but we had the Irishman. I remember we done the whiskey tasting on your stag do.
I don't remember much of my I blanked it out.
Yeah, that's just before the reason that you needed to blank it out. Yeah, sorry, Holly. Sorry, producer Holly. So we done a whiskey tasting before other activities, and a
lovely family meal.
Yes, obviously a good steak dinner, and yeah, That was
I
it.
didn't get one steak dinner when I was down there. I got a kebab.
You got a kebab.
I got steak kebab.
You got a kebab. Well, sorry. Sorry. Yeah.
And vegan bacon.
Yeah.
Why did I get a steak? Never mind.
So we done a bit of a whiskey tasting, and I think in that bar in Letterkenny it was, they done Irishman, and the Irishman was fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
I must go back and check that, because in fairness, I drink responsibly. Phil was sitting beside me during that, and Phil does not like whiskey in the slightest.
So Phil is one of Dave's friends and ex-drummer, I believe.
Yeah, but he just kept I was like, no, I'm not trying this. Here you go. And I was drinking for two.
I
can't complain, but
I don't remember much of your stag do as well. Being the best man, I was doing all the activities and planning all the activities, but there wasn't much whiskey drinkers except for myself, you, Dan, our friend Dan. And
Paul had started at that point.
Yes, your friend Paul, our friend now Paul. And so anyone who didn't like whiskey, and there was maybe 9 or 10 people there, so they all just passed it to me. And I hate to see a good whiskey go.
No, we couldn't.
So it went down the hatch.
Yeah, me, you, and Dan we had a good night that night.
It was a good night. From what I can remember, it was a good night. But yeah, it was a fantastic time. We tried the Irishman there, which is actually, I read somewhere that it is distilled in Bushmills.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and
Fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact.
That the Irishman is actually distilled in Bushmills Distillery.
That brings me on to one of the questions that you're going to ask.
Yes. Burnsy's question of the day.
Yeah.
So, Burnsy's question of the day. I think I can remember this one. I'll try to remember this one because I don't have my notes to hand, which we should be doing. So, of all the Irish distilleries you have done, what was your favourite? Why was it your favourite? And do you have any planned in the future? Or what one you're excited to see? Guys, before he answers, if you have had an experience in an Irish distillery or any distillery that you like and you think we should do it, by all means, comment, drop us a comment, drop us a post, do whatever you want, and we'll try and get out and to the distillery and see what it's like.
Absolutely.
We want to be doing distillery tours and things like that. So yeah, take it away.
If there's any distilleries out there who would fancy us coming down and have a wee chat with us,
and
maybe have one of your sales reps on the podcast, please get in touch. It'd be great crack.
Definitely.
Everything here is portable.
We can take it all with us.
Yeah.
Stick it in the back of the car. Even the dogs are portable too.
Yeah, we'll take them too. Do you want the dogs? There's one of them.
Hey, yeah.
She heard
that was
going
very
out.
high paced. Apologies there. I was like, hey, yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Oh, but when you're speaking to the dog, it's in the baby voice. Hey, yeah, pup. All right, go ahead.
Lubberly.
The other girlfriend is.
I would say. So I have a favorite whiskey tour that I've done.
Okay.
Purely just because of the grandeur of it.
Ooh. The grandeur.
And I have a whiskey tour that I feel was the most impressive.
In stature?
In delivery. Just, I don't know what you got for it.
Okay.
So obviously distilleries, they offer like loads of different entry points for the different tours you want to do, if it's VIP, all that kind of stuff. So the one that I just thought was probably the most impressive was Midleton. Purely because it's a good 2-3 hour tour.
Yeah.
It takes you around everything. You have the micro distillery in Midleton, which does the Method Madness. Not the Jameson one in Dublin. It has to be the Midleton one because that's where Jameson is now made, even though it's meant to be from Bowmer Street in Dublin.
I done the Dublin one a couple of months ago.
I fussed on it.
It seems just to be a bit of a tourist attraction, which, in all fairness, it is a bit of a history lesson because that's where it all started. I get that.
Me and a Yank got into an argument with the tour guide. But again, I'm not talking about that. The Midleton one it was.
Sorry.
I think it's got even better because when we were down there in September, we called around and it's all been done up, and even just the visitor center in itself was just breathtaking.
Yeah,
like walking in, they've set up a whole history of Midleton and all, and you just
Did you do that when you're in Cork? Because you used to go down yourself and the producer Holly goes down to Cork quite a lot.
yeah.
I know you used to go down every September, where I do on occasion go down with you. So did you, and you went down again for your birthday there
we
a couple
didn't
of weeks
we
ago?
didn't do any
You didn't do
sort of
the
distilleries. The Midleton, but again, it was down in September. We went up and it was fantastic. Like the whole what they've achieved, even just I said the visit, even if you were just in Midleton and decided I'm not going to do the tour, I'm just going to walk into the visitor centre and I'm going to go up to the bar and get a drink. Brilliant experience, just for even just that wee bit alone. The most interesting distillery tour we've done was Titanic, and you get.
okay.
I just felt
That
you got a
was
lot of bang
surprising.
for your buck with it because it's set in like you get a tour of the dry dock where Titanic was built. You get to go right down into the bottom of the dry dock.
Right. Is it anywhere near the actual Titanic Museum?
Yeah, no, it's there. It's where the Titanic was built. It's like the old drawn offices and stuff.
So is the distillery there?
So the actual building is beside the dry dock.
Right. I done the museum tour, which is good. Don't get me wrong, it is good if you like the Titanic. But if I had knew that, I would just prefer to do the distillery tour.
Yeah, so it's very good. And I know we are going to do a podcast, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. I know we're going to do a podcast on the Titanic Distillery, which will be out hopefully in a couple of weeks after this podcast. Purely because there's a new whiskey that they've brought out. But I genuinely, the guy who did the distillery tour was just so interesting.
Yes.
And again, before you even get into whiskey, you're around the docks. He's telling you the whole history of the docks and Harland and Wolff and stuff like that. So much history that, yes, I don't think there's anyone in the world who doesn't know what Titanic is, but the history around just the docks in general, amazing.
And the big Harland Wolff things.
Fantastic. And you learn so much about where we live and that you just would never have known. Distillery tour itself, relatively small distillery, but fascinating.
But a lot of micro distilleries are start coming up around Ireland and Scotland.
No, very, very interesting. And I do highly recommend anyone who is coming to Belfast to go and do the Titanic Distillery tour. Honestly, it was fantastic.
I need to go do it myself, actually.
There's
so Titanic's Distillery, hit me up and we'll get a wee tour going.
There's countless ones that I've done.
Drop a comment.
But I would say next on the list, purely because, again, it's local, would probably be Hinch. I've never tried Hinch.
Hinch, actually, I went to a wedding in Hinch a couple of months ago, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the whiskey, and the bartender was phenomenal there too. I was driving, so I couldn't really drink much whiskey, and he let me taste a few, and he also gave me a few more recommendations on different whiskies, not out of Hinch as well. And they have a few display bottles as well, and he gave us a few display bottles to take with us, because obviously it was a wedding and they want to take the bottles home for for the display purposes. And I loved it. It was a great venue, great setup, and the bride and groom got a tour of the actual working distillery itself as well. And I would love to do that.
That's what I'd want to do, because again, any of these tours you go on, it's around the distillery, but it's never actually into the bowels of it.
Yeah.
And I'd love, and I know that's maybe not something that any company can offer, but I'd love to get in and they show you, but you don't actually ever see it in operation.
Yes.
I'd say the closest that I came to seeing a distillery in like full operation was Crawley up in Donegal.
Oh.
Yep. And see, now that I've brought that up, it was a fantastic tour as well.
Sorry, she's looking over.
Oh,
anyone.
It was a phenomenal. And again, I think it comes down to the tour guide.
Sorry, we're getting distracted here. Go ahead.
I think it comes down to the tour guide. And the guy up in Crawley, he was, and you'd love him because he's Scottish.
Oh, I do love a Scottish way.
And he's a mad Celtic fan.
Oh, now you're talking. Now you're talking.
Did he say something? Was it his son played for them? No. I can't remember. I need to talk about that. There was a story behind
the hoops.
Yeah. I need to find out what it is because you'd love it.
Fan.
No, you'd love the story behind it.
The Paddy's Day episode. I am a Celtic fan. Sorry.
No, I was talking to my dad and found out exactly what the story was because it was him and my dad's just sitting talking football. I hate football, but anyway, I like whiskey. That's why we're doing whiskey and that. But what would you sell?
Follow up podcast with
listen.
Follow up football podcast.
I would go back up to Crawley and I would sit down with that guy and just talk his ear off because we have 2 bottles there. No, 3 bottles. 2 bottles. 2 bottles.
2 bottles. Thanks, producer Holly.
They're again brilliant. But again, we'll do an episode on those as well. But going up, if we were able to get something set up with Crawley, it'd be amazing too.
Yeah.
Any Irish distillery, to be fair, there's countless that I still haven't went to and I really want to go to.
If any distillery wants, like Dave was saying, any distillery wants to hit us up, drop us a comment, come down, maybe have an interview with a distiller, a brand ambassador, by all means, just market the brand a little bit. By all means, hit us up, and
we'd love to come down.
We'd love to come down, take a wee distillery tour, and maybe just vlog it and things like that, and see how it goes.
Get to know the whiskey better.
Yeah,
because I do think it's something, especially in sort of the north of Ireland at the minute.
Yeah,
there's so many distilleries on our doorstep.
Yeah, that don't know what
just keep popping up, and I've never heard of them, and they're some really, really good whiskies.
Oh, I know, she's so cute. So there was another one that was local. I think it was a local guy called Dragon Claw, and I've never tried it.
You sent that one to me.
Yeah, but it's meant to be lovely.
One I'd never heard of.
Yeah, and it's just I think it's a guy who's just starting up his own whiskey distillery and to start marketing himself.
I'll be in touch.
Yeah, and I haven't tried it and I haven't seen it out, so I'd love to give it a go. But I have heard of it and I had somebody said to me it was quite good.
Okay.
Yeah, so
check that out.
The distillery for me, back to your question, got a little bit off topic. Has to be a cop out. It has to be Midleton.
But you've done it.
Yeah, I mean the distillery that
was your favourite? Yeah. Oh, right, sorry, I thought you meant the one that you wanted to do.
Yeah, because it's the biggest distillery, it was just it's still in operation, and I didn't know about Method Madness at that point, and it was a couple of years ago, and we're through the micro distillery of the guy, as you said, the tour guide was amazing. He took us through Method Madness and showed us the micro distillery around Method Madness, and at that point, Redbreast was my favourite, so it was like a little bit of a fanboy. And
check out the next episode if you want to see Method Madness.
Yes, it is a good stuff. And yeah, loved it, absolutely loved it. But one I'm really excited to do, I've never done it, and I've always been driving through it. Bushmills. Bushmills.
I think Bushmills is a good one for me and you to go up and do like soon, because we have,
even personally,
we have a lot of stories behind Bushmills. It like, I mean, my wedding may as well have been sponsored by Bushmills.
It was sponsored by Bushmills.
We woke up in the morning, we had Bushmills 21-year-old. During the ceremony, we had the Millennium Malt. It may as well have been sponsored.
Bushmills, if you want to drop as a sponsor,
sponsorship. Because one of them are 30 years.
Oh, definitely. And on the back of Bushmills.
Back of Bushmills.
That sounds like a bit saucy. On the back of Bushmills. They actually got one of the biggest whiskey clubs in Australia and the world. They actually got voted Whiskey of the Year. It's one of the Causeway, I believe, a 10-year-old.
Oh, yeah, I've tried that.
And apparently it's lovely.
That burns.
That burns.
You bought me that.
Do
you remember we went to the Deer's Head and we were, for the day I was getting the suit fitted for the wedding, we were all going down to get suit fitted. That's the one you got me.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I know.
The Causeway. Oh, the glass.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Apparently
the Causeway collection from Bushmills.
Apparently.
Ta-da!
The new line of Causeway.
There's nothing in it.
The new Causeway line of Bushmills is supposed to be phenomenal. I couldn't remember I bought you that, to tell you the truth. But down at that bar, we have had many of a night and many a good whiskey down, including Bushmills.
Don't tell her, but do you not remember the last time we went to the Deer's Head where it was just me, you and Holly? And I bought a bottle. I bought the Bushmills and I told her it was the cheap one.
Yeah.
It wasn't the cheap one.
Uh-oh.
I'm in trouble.
Yep. You're on the sofa today.
It wasn't the cheap one. It was a Causeway collection as well.
Oh, that was that was the 21 year.
No. 5 year, 4 year. It wasn't even a whiskey.
Right, turn her microphone down, or her earphones down. So we done the 21 experiment, I believe.
Whisper, she can't hear us now.
Yeah,
I've turned our headphones down. Just keep us.
Can't hear us. So
Sorry,
guys, we done a wee experiment in a bar. It was a 21 year versus 21 year. Sorry, Holly. Anyway,
she's turning us up so she can hear us.
yeah,
We'll stop whispering. She knows the cat's out of the
she
bag.
knows. Yeah, the cat is out. So we wanted to try 21 year face off.
Yeah.
So we bought a 21 year Bushmills, which your wedding is
Yeah.
solely based
It
around,
was so good, yeah.
and a 21 year red breast.
Yeah.
Which I thought, to me, the red breast is going to blow that out of the water. But the 21 Bushmills was
It's exquisite.
phenomenal.
We'll do an episode in it as well.
Phenomenal.
As you can tell, I have a lot of
Both
whiskey.
are.
We have a lot of whiskey, and we have a lot of episodes based around those whiskies.
Yeah, and a lot of stories about it too.
But speaking of whiskey, we are out of whiskey, which means we're out of time.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot today. That was a long episode, but again, I know we had 3 whiskeys on it. 3 very good whiskeys.
Very, very good whiskies.
Do you want to rank them real quick? 1, 2, 3.
You first.
So I'm going to
And
say Green Spot, numero uno.
Oh.
Rider's Tears is taking number 2.
Oh.
Redbreast is taking number 3.
Damn.
And it's not because it's not a hard one to rank for me, because there's preferences I have between all 3 of them.
Mhm.
Redbreast just didn't linger too long.
Okay.
But yeah.
Now that red breast has been open quite a while, so I do need a fresh bottle.
Excuses.
We do need a fresh bottle for a fresh fight.
What are you going for? Oh yeah, fresh fight. Fair enough.
Fresh fight.
Right.
Fresh
What
bottle.
are we going?
I have to go for red breast 12 as the
Fair enough.
it's always up there. It's the benchmark.
Gotcha.
I love a sherry,
Mhm.
so Redder's
Redder's
Tears
Tears, number
staying
2.
Number 2.
At least we can agree on something.
Yeah, I love Green Spot too. I do
Mhm.
love a Green Spot, so that will take third spot. Third spot for the
Third
Green
spot
Spot.
for Green Spot.
So producer Holly, do you
What
have
are we
one?
going?
Green spot number 1.
Yeah.
You can tell who she's married to.
Red breast number 2.
Oh,
Redder's Tears 3.
oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
3 different opinions.
3 different opinions. Yeah,
But anyway, let's get.
there's
'cause-
nothing in here.
I know,
so
but
we'll have to cheers with something.
No,
though.
we'll clink it. Look, remember me and they said last time.
Not sure.
Sláinte.
And that's all for us with the whiskey. Nope.
See you next episode.
See you next episode.
Bye.